Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Warpforge content. And today we've got the first expansion for the Orkz rolling out. Was so excited to find out what this actual content drop was gonna be. Not a reinforcement, not a full new faction, but it's gonna be 30 new cards if you had not heard. And feel free to go to Warpforge official page to check out all the details. But today I'm gonna be getting to reveal 4 brand new cards here, and I gotta say I'm a huge fan of getting to reveal and talk about this new mechanic and talk about a whole new card type for this faction. That is definitely going to be a blast for all Orc players who are diehard, but also I think new ones have been waiting for a good excuse to pick them up. So without further ado, let's get into it. Just to get right to it, and it's possible that Ecclesiarch has already gotten into this a little bit with the new mechanic Stomp. When attacking, excess damage is dealt to a random enemy adjacent to the target. So it's sort of like Trample from Magic the Gathering for those who remember. Like excess damage would go past the creature and hit you, but also sort of like Blast because it's hitting adjacent things. And I guess if you're hitting something in the middle, the random damage could go on the left or right. So whether it's a warlord or another unit that they have. But yeah, an interesting addition to the orc keywords. And as per usual, it has to be something with attacking and getting aggressive. So seems very on brand. Let's dive into the cards themselves. Starting out with our common here, we've got Gnarled and Rugged, and I love the text here talking about how the Snakebite clan is just, very low tech, just, hunters, I guess, going out and, creating whatever chaos they can. So Gnarled and Rugged is 1 energy stratagem for give +2 health to a friendly unit, and if it's a beast, got a new card type there, give it +2 melee as well. So honestly seems like a pretty nice, cheap little spell to tack on to your beasts who I'm assuming you're going to want to buff, and maybe they've got stomp, so you want to keep pushing damage. +2 health, +2 melee for 1 energy is a pretty nice kind of cheap cost. So I would assume that this will play pretty well with the rest of the expansion. Just seems like a nice little utility spell. We'll see. Maybe there will be better cards to play, and so you don't really need to play these kind of small little synergy pieces. But very excited to see how gnarled and rugged we can all get with this new expansion. And here we've got the Unleashed tramplasquig, which is quite the mouthful, at 4 energy, 4/05, and it's got Stomp. At the start of each turn, attack a random non-flying enemy. It'd be kind of funny if this could just jump up and punch things, but this is going to be trampling all over the ground. So that forward damage, so I guess if it hits a warlord, the excess damage can kind of get blasted out onto something else. We do have some random attack kind of keyword stuff already that tends to be pretty powerful. Not sure if this is going to be a little bit different. Obviously really susceptible to any of the range flankers we've already got in the game. But I imagine this is going to be able to do some amount of work, maybe with some buffs or some other synergies. But I'm interested to see how this little tramplasquig does, rolling out this week. All right, getting into our second to last card here. It's the Runtherd, I believe, 3 energy, 3/2/3. So nothing crazy for a 3 energy body, but it's got Mob. Create a random beast in your hand that costs 5 or less and lower its cost by 1. So just a really nice 2-for-1. You play it, your warlord attacks something with melee attack. Obviously that's a little bit restricted, but then you're going to get that guaranteed 4-drop to play the following turn. That's just a really nice curve. If in the mid to late game you're able to play this maybe with some level of protection, or they have to prioritize killing other threats, Runtherd is just going to give you a lot of value. And let's say you've got a 2-drop that's stuck the turn prior, curved into Runtherd, then you're drawing 2 beasts. Both are going to be castable on 4 energy and then 5 energy. So cost reduction is always a little scary, I gotta say. It's been pretty powerful in the game. I imagine it will continue to be. So I have to think that Runtherd is going to be a pretty staple 3-drop, just for the value that it provides. I would want to see what the 5 energy beasts are, but I'm ready to get herding, I guess, with this little guy. And last but certainly not least, we've got Beastboss on Squigosaur. long name telling you exactly what this card is. 6 energy, 7/5 on the attack stats, 7 health, stomp. So you're going to be hitting their warlord potentially really hard and then blasting the other 5 damage onto their other units. That just seems really powerful already. As long as they're not able to kill this, prior. Friendly beasts cost 2 less, so you're getting, this is another discount on top of the Runtherd, so that's really interesting. Slay, gain Bloodthirst this turn. So that's really wild. I mean, if we've got beasts with flank, which I imagine we will, then they're going to get Bloodthirst, which means they're able to attack again. This thing is just an absolute house, full of value. It stats for a 6-drop, and this definitely feels like a legendary card, that's for sure. So I imagine the Beastboss on this big Squigosaur is going to be, right at home in all of these sort of beast-centered decks. Even without beasts, this is still pretty strong, I would say. But obviously, it's going to be a huge boon for the mid game for these sort of like aggro, maybe mid-range sort of decks. So I cannot wait to see this card in action. All right, folks, that's what I got for you today. Thanks so much for checking us out. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're new here, and if you're returning, I always appreciate your support. I am very excited to see how this expansion goes. There's a lot to it. There is the Vault, which is another progression system. We're going to get more Forge levels, I think, for at least this faction. There's going to be some sort of battle pass. There's a lot happening, and I'm definitely hoping to bring some content in the future, just kind of breaking it all down. But as always, thanks for sticking with me, and I will catch you guys next time.